We're live. We're live.
On a
We are
Tuesday.
live.
Remember that song? And the club throwing up on a Tuesday. Something like that. It's past my generation. But good morning to you. Good morning, Lisa. How you
Good
doing?
morning, baby.
You know, some mornings, man, I wake up inspired. I wake up and can't get back to bed. Like 5 this morning at 5:50, I got up. I was like, I had these ideas. And sometimes in the middle of the night, I have to capture these ideas. So I got up, used the bathroom, put on some clothes, and went to my office and started writing and capturing ideas. And then you start seeing other things. And then, like, yeah, that's a good morning when you wake up with ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then sometimes people wake up with the routine that they do every time they get up, the way they do it every single time. And there's some value in that too.
Absolutely.
So today we thought it'd be fun to talk about both.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to talk about it right after these messages. Back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, I just asked my pretty wife. We have there's a book called
Miracle Morning.
Making Miracle Mornings or Miracle Mornings
Miracle Morning
by Hal Elrod. Good morning to Vibe and Peace. I think that's Sister Mika. How you doing? There was a book our friends recommended to us called Miracle Mornings. And it had these 6 things you're supposed to do every morning. Savers. There's the Savers program. Have some 10 minutes of silence.
Affirmations.
10 minutes of affirmations. And
V was what?
Visualizing something. And then
E is exercise.
Exercise, just 10 minutes. And the R was for read for 10 minutes. And the S was for there was another S. Scribe, write for 10 minutes. So that's good. We remembered it together. So we did that together. I said, now, baby, how long did you say we did the Savers program? She said, less than a month. I said, no, it was at least some months that I remember that we did the Savers program.
I really liked the program. I wish that we had continued doing it.
Well, it requires a lot of self-discipline.
Well, I think the requirement was in following it to the letter, because we had figured out some ways to be flexible with it. Like instead of 10 minutes, was 1 minute of each thing. We
had gotten to that, yep. And that was good too. But it requires I think it requires a lot of self-discipline and regimentation, which the older I get, the less I want of regimentation. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's hot in this room. You mind if I open that window?
Not at all.
Okay, because it's like 60-something degrees outside. Lisa's office is always the hottest thing in the room, in the home.
He's about to freeze me out. So he has to make that announcement so that he can feel better about
Opening that window freezes you out, really?
Yes.
It don't freeze you out.
It does.
Wow, am I burning hot? You're burning cold. You think that's the look we want on the show, baby?
I'm cold.
You're not cold. I just opened the window that second ago.
I was already cold.
This room was cooking me. I'm sweating over here profusely. Okay. So what do you do when you get up in the morning? You know, you get up in the morning, you go take care of your biological need, you go pee, and then what do you do? Do you have a routine? Do you what?
I have a meditation routine. I have there are some audios that I listen to in the morning, some affirmation audios, some mindfulness audios.
And why bother with those?
Because it helps me to get my mind level set.
Okay.
The ones that I'm listening to right now contain scriptures in a loop and a very soothing voice, but uplifting. There's a difference between soothing sleep time and soothing getting ready to move into your daytime.
That We've also been very, very intrigued with the silver mind method lately, at least both Lisa and myself. And it says some of the stuff, because they're like meditations and guided meditations. And it said there was one of them I was looking at, just in case you fall back asleep, you might want to set an alarm for yourself. Like really, because you could fall asleep doing those things, man. But I really believe there's great value in that. I do think there was great value in doing savers too, though. Mm-hmm. It started your days off. We have much more productive time during the day.
So why stop?
Because I didn't want to do it no more. Why did I not want to do it is probably a better question.
No, that is a question. If you're saying you enjoyed the outcome.
I did enjoy the outcomes.
But you did not enjoy
the regimentation.
Mm-hmm. How much of that is true in life? People want the results, but they don't want.
Right. They want to have money in the bank, but don't want to save.
Or they want six-pack abs, but they don't want to exercise.
They want six-pack abs, but they don't want to exercise, or they don't want to stop eating cake. Oh, they don't want to
do a sit-up.
Ooh, so much of life is that. Even the harshest one, everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. I posted a quote today, and I looked at the quote several different ways, and there's 3 people giving credit for the quotes, but I know the first one was this guy named Edwards. But the quote is, "We're all born originals, but most people die as copies." And the other version is like, "We're all born as originals, so why do most people die as copies?" Mm-hmm. And the other one is, "We're all born original, don't die a copy." Mm-hmm. It's like we're all born originals, but then we spend all of our school years, and school teaches us to do this, and then our adult life, we try to be like everybody else. We try to keep a job like everybody else. We take the same education, go to the same places, talk to the same kinds of people. We're trying to become copies. And my admonition this morning was, there's value in all that's unique and rare. So don't try to be like everybody else.
I think what happens a lot of times is that we see something that we particularly admire and we want to emulate it, mm-hmm. as opposed to learning how to admire and develop the things that are individually and independently our own.
Well, I think there's something in between that too. Trying to emulate successful patterns, I think is a good thing. But trying to be like somebody else, like do the thing they're doing, but don't be them, is what I'm suggesting.
I understand that, mm-hmm. but I think that what happens is you get caught up in your example, and you begin to really want to be more like that example.
There used to be a horror. I mean, I don't do horror flicks. My wife don't do horror flicks. We don't even get close to horror flicks. You don't even want to do a thriller, hardly, really. Right? Is that close? Is that close to true?
Yeah, okay. I'm not interested.
All right, but I saw one that's in my memory still called Single White Female.
I saw that.
Yeah, Single White Female.
I enjoyed that, actually.
Wow, it was harsh to me.
Good morning, I didn't Shirley.
Enjoy it. But this roommate decided she liked her roommate so much, she cut her hair and colored her hair and styled her hair like her roommate, started dressing like her roommate, assimilating the roommate's life, messing with the roommate's boyfriend to be just like the roommate. It was a horror story to me.
I guess it was a horror story, but it was a thriller. It was not a horror story.
Good morning, Sister Shirley. How you doing? Sister Shirley, do you have a routine? Yeah, I do not. Like me neither. Do you have, Dr. Deborah? Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you guys have routines for your morning? Are there certain mornings that's different than other mornings to you? How do you start your day? How often would you say, like in the course of this is going to be a tough one, I think, for you. In the course of a month, how often do you see your husband wake up inspired to work right away?
In the course of a month, I don't know. You get up. I want to stay maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a week like that? Mm-hmm. You think that often?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where you get up and you run to your office.
Yeah. Dr. Deborah, some mornings, it's like I get these ideas or downloads, if you will. And some mornings I can't hardly wait to capture what was in my head. I didn't realize it was as often as Lisa's suggesting, though. I thought it'd been like maybe 4 or 5 times a month, but she's saying 2 or 3 times a week, like that. And she would know because she's there. She would know. But do you have a routine? Are there certain mornings that you wake up more or less inspired than another? How do you wake up? Yeah, how do you get going? You know, and that concept of being original, being, you know, you. William Brown's quote. William Brown gets it from Dr. Seuss, but William Brownized it. But you are you, and that's truer than true. And there's no one that's more you than you, more youer than you. Okay, you know, being yourself, not trying to be like everybody else, adopting your own values, your own systems that work for you.
And how important is that to you?
How important is that to you? Yeah, how important is that to you? I'm going to do Sister Shirley and Dr. Deborah because of my recent experiences. And I thank God for this right now, that I work in a business where I'm free to be creative. You know, I'm grateful for that opportunity. I could just have an idea and act upon it. Lisa has always been that way. She can get an idea and act upon it. Us together, we can get an idea and put together an author showcase or a talk or a workshop or a presentation, because we're free like that we can do that. So what I've been talking to my clients about lately, even yesterday, I've learned that people don't have what I call sellable language. Sellable language that will come across as sellable in their marketing and in their conversations when they talk about their business. So this upcoming Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to do a free workshop on sellable language, how to say it, what to say, how to write it, words to use, not to use, all those kinds of things. Like, for example, last night I posted, what do you do for a living? And somebody said balloon art. He says, I do balloon art. Now, I happen to have seen the guy's presentation before. You saw it before at William Brown's book signing.
Oh, yes. I love it.
It was that guy, yes. And I said, you do more than balloon art. You create a fun environment that can be understood by all age groups. You help people to have more fun and creativity and all that kind of stuff. He was so appreciative of me reframing what it is that he does. So he didn't have sellable language. I'm a balloon artist is not sellable language. So I'm going to do a workshop on that.
Absolutely. Dr. Deborah says that there are some mornings that I get ideas, and I'm very excited to go into my office. Sometimes I even write in my notes app on my phone because I just couldn't wait. Brian does that as well.
Because, you know, you want to stay in bed. Sometimes I want to stay in bed, but I know ideas are fleeting. You know, we all get several ideas a day. We all get several $1 million ideas a day. How about that one? We get all these great ideas a day. Everybody does. So somebody would say as much as 1,000 of them a day. But how many we can't act on all of them? Mm-hmm. Do we capture any of them, or do we act on any of them? And the older we get, this is the not so pretty side. The older we get, the better we get at ignoring our great ideas.
I had a quick brainstorming session this morning with one of my authors who was endeavoring to act upon some of the great ideas that we had in our Wednesday teaching on last week.
Which was so good.
Which was really, really good. And one of the things that I'm reminded of, or that I remind my authors of, is that there is a holiday every month, sometimes 2 or 3, that you can tie into something that you are doing.
See, that right there, you knew that. I knew that. I knew that you could tie it into something, but I'm not doing it.
Black History Month, obviously, you're a Black author, you're a Black entrepreneur. You could definitely tie it into that. March is Women's History Month. March also has lots of wonderful other dates in it. Women's International Day, March 8th, if you're an international bestseller.
And
how about that?
Tie into some news, some topical news.
You could tie it into something
especially
that's
for something
trending.
Good. Yeah.
And also April. April is filled of wonderful, positive holidays if you are dealing with children or something in a positive manner. There's a lot of great days that could be observed in April.
Oh, excuse me.
But remembering to take that action is sometimes the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
Or not allowing yourself to talk yourself out of it.
What you just suggested, I saw in this marketing guru, she gave her big punchline was the great advice was whatever's current in news, write something piggybacking on that, mentioning your business. That was her big closer. What you just said flippantly to everybody.
Absolutely. Shirley said, I always have to think outside the box because
company is 95.5%
yes,
white.
Because your company is 95.5% white. But you know what? You don't even have to deal with that if you didn't want to, because you are in your company and you're not representing the company. You are representing you and what you bring to the services that this company has to offer.
I like the company that Shirley DeJohnette Wyatt is talking about. I like that company a whole lot. I find the people there wonderfully supportive and encouraging and appreciative of the work I do. But even I was like in awe of how white it was, you know?
Absolutely. I think 95.5 is an overstatement. Understatement, actually.
Because in a room with 300 plus of them, besides Lisa and I, we found two other black people.
But that's okay. Mm-hmm. That's okay. You can be where you are.
It was four, actually. I can remember all four of them. Mm-hmm.
You will be the rose in the bouquet of carnations. It is an opportunity for you to stand out. Women's International Month, Women's Kindness Month is actually, there was Kindness Week in February, and there's Women's Month, Women's History Month in March. Women's Black History Month is also the month of March. April has some great holidays in it. And there are lots of things like our current events that you can definitely tie into. Imagine.
I need to pay attention better. So this morning, I got a message this morning talking about how yesterday was International Cigar Day. And I didn't know. I could have did something to tie it.
Well, and here's the other thing is being mindful when you stumble upon something and you believe that it's too late, put it in your phone ahead of time for next year so that you can put that in your calendar as something that, that February the 27th is going to be National Cigar Day. So that means in January or December of next year, you're getting ready for February.
That's a smart idea. Is it a smart idea that I'm going to recognize as smart and not do? Or is it a smart idea that I'm going to recognize as smart and actually do?
Hey, Judah, thank you for naming yourself because once again, Facebook didn't give you a name. But we're glad you're here.
So, Sister Judy, do you have a morning routine or is there some mornings that are better than others for you? I think how we wake up matters. Dr. Beverly Thomas came in the room.
Boom. Good morning to my awesome family. Someone last night asked me to write their book for them. I told them no. Then I explained to them that they are cheating the reader out of a breakthrough moment.
Amen.
I told them I cannot emotionally write his experience, nor can I explain his struggle.
Right.
He agreed. I was so proud of myself for not taking on someone's project.
Let me suggest something there. There's other book gurus who say, and Lisa too sometimes, don't write it, record it, speak it. There's lots of different ways. You can talk to text, you can talk to write, you can speak your book. And you're right. He can explain his struggle better than anyone else.
Absolutely. And not taking on somebody's project is definitely a maturing response. Because I know myself, I have a tendency to need to feel needed. And so sometimes when I need to feel needed and then somebody needs me, I forget that I've got other things that I have to do.
And then next thing you know,
that I'm frustrated over something that I brought, You brought that on yourself.
You didn't have to take that project on. You didn't have to pick up that mantle. You chose to.
Absolutely.
Like that one sister at your church who simply told you no.
No. With the smile and the loving response.
Sister, I need you to be on this project with me.
No.
No. Because she got her own life and she understood no as a complete sentence. No
and she stuck by the fact that no was a complete sentence. Google it, Shirley. She said, how do you find out about these celebrations? Ask Google, and you can now ask Chat GBT, or you could also ask Canva. And if you want to know a little bit more about that, just reach out to me. I have a quick little cheat sheet on how to get Canva to tell you where some stuff is.
Well, I need the cheat sheet myself. You know what I mean?
I'll send it to you. I already wrote it up.
Oh, good. That's another beautiful thing that you're free enough to do. You know, praise God for that. I do have a morning routine. 1, be thankful. 2, grab a cup of coffee. 3, sit and meditate. And 4, write in the journal. And 5 is smile.
Absolutely.
That's beautiful, Sister Judy.
Absolutely.
Now, what good would her 5-step morning routine do for Judy? What good would it do for everyone else in her household? Okay, because I suspect it would do good for everybody.
Absolutely.
Around her.
Absolutely. Judy, I think you already have the cheat sheet, but I'll make sure of it because I think I included it in some of the notes that I sent to you previously. But if not, please remind me and I will get it to you.
Dr. Beverly says, that's what I told him. Record it. He said he doesn't have time. Or I told him he doesn't want to write it.
Absolutely.
Anytime you say, I don't have time, it's an admission. You're admitting that you're a poor manager of yourself. You're a poor manager of your own time. No one has extra time. We all have the same 23 hours and 56 minutes that we round up to 24 hours. We all have the same. And the difference is what we do with our time. If that person goes to sleep at all, he had time. Absolutely. If he has a show that he watches on TV, he had time. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had a quote I saw it the other day. If you woke up broke this morning, why did you even go to sleep? Why did you even bother going to sleep if you're going to wake up broke? He felt like you should work instead of sleep until you're not waking up broke. Work. Don't sleep until you're not broke anymore.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that one? Because I thought that was I don't know if I go with that all the way.
Well, that actually is a good philosophical thought. Especially it's a good work ethic thought, especially if you are not constrained by geographical locations.
Okay.
If you're not constrained by geographical locations and the fact that the world is now open 24 hours and you have free access to be in another country from right where you are, then you owe it to yourself to stay up and be there. Find a group in Australia. Find an individual who could lead you to a group, right? So you could find the individual easily on LinkedIn by their geographical location, and then ask them.
We know people.
Ask them just, do you know of any Facebook groups that people hang out in or entrepreneurs hang out in this part of the world or in that part of the world? And then get there and listen. Get there and listen and look and understand and then make an offer of where you can be helpful.
This morning, I wrote 3 direct messages on LinkedIn. I got an idea this morning in my writing, Dr. Deborah, contact local universities to give a talk there to their staff or to their students about, packaging and selling yourself, ways of selling yourself. And I looked on my LinkedIn. I was able to find the exact person at 3 different universities local that I need to send a message to.
Very easily. These things have actually made the world smaller and more accessible. Things like LinkedIn, things like Google, things like Instagram, and things like Facebook.
Did you see that
morning,
Tara Lyles came in the room? Good morning, Tara. Been around the world and Tara Lyles.
I haven't said that in a minute.
Tara Lyles, do you have a morning routine that works for you?
And how important is that to you?
How important is it to you? Sister Shaki, do you have a morning routine that works for you? How you doing, Shaki? Yep, good to see you again, Shirley. Good morning, Craig Sabb. Craig, do you have a morning routine that works for you as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think routines are useful in so many different ways. I think the world actually got out of routine, out of sync with one routine because of the pandemic. That it's fine. I'm seeing a difficult time for people to get back into that routine.
We're getting over
and
the
that
hangover
was
still.
getting back to church.
Sister Shaki says, I am working on adding a morning routine. We talked about when we first started the broadcast today, this program that we was doing called Savers, Savers, that you do in the morning. But I also like what Sister Judy said was her plan in the morning. It's not on mine. I want to go back to Judy's. Judy said, I have a morning routine. 1, be thankful. 2,
grab a cup of coffee.
3,
sit and meditate. 4, write in the journal. And 5, smile. I like to think that we're part of that routine because I've seen Judy smiling in the chats from time to time.
I like it so much because one thing she doesn't mention, maybe she does or does not do, but she doesn't mention, I give myself 6 minutes to be thankful and 6 minutes to have my coffee and 6 minutes to relax and meditate. She doesn't do that, but she does include the elements of her morning routine. And I suspect she'll do them all until she's ready to do the next thing,
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong. I think there was some benefit to having the time with Savers, to having the time set, even with the morning meditations in the Silva method that I do.
All right, so let's talk about that.
Because I think the time actually forces you to stay there and give it a chance to do what it needs to do. I definitely believe gratitude and expressing gratitude and thankfulness. There are days, they are seldom now that I'm older, but there are days that expressing gratitude can be a truculent
You don't feel like it?
transaction. Yeah, like I don't feel grateful about nothing. Now I know better, thank God. But like sometimes things could be going on that you have to kind of jumpstart your way into understand that gratefulness or thankfulness is an amazing way to change your attitude. Lisa, you use the Silva method in the morning. I do, and in the evening.
And at night. And we both have been so intrigued and studying it more and more. But let's relay again. We were doing this program called Savers. It's from a great book called
The Miracle Morning.
The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod, called Savers. And it's Savers. S stands for silence. What you're first thing you're supposed to do in the morning, I'm supposed to use the bathroom. Wait a minute, because you got to drink water too.
Drink water.
Use the bathroom. And drink water. 6 minutes of silence. They wanted you to have 6 minutes. So use the bathroom. Drink some water. Then spend the S, 6 minutes of silence. Then the A was 6 minutes of affirmations, writing them down or saying them aloud, I think. And then the V was for visualization. Imagining your life and your world the way you want it to be. The E was for exercise. All of these things were for 6 minutes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 24 minutes into the program now. And then the R was for read for 6 minutes. And the next S was for scribe for 6 minutes. So it's 36 minutes.
10 minutes. There were 10 minutes because it was a total of an hour.
It would be longer than an hour if it was 10 minutes.
Savers.
6 times 10.
It's 60 minutes.
Okay, 60 minutes. Okay, that's another reason why I didn't want to do it no more. It took me an hour every day to do those.
But we actually modified it.
We did modify it.
Take you 6 minutes. Give each one a minute.
I thought we went down to like 5 minutes or something.
No, we did go down. We went down to 6 minutes. We went down to 5 minutes, and we went down to a minute.
1 minute of doing all those things.
Absolutely. And we moved the exercise to the end so that we wouldn't be going from prose to active and then trying to read after that.
So it sounds like you want to try that again, baby.
I did enjoy it.
You want to do it again?
I enjoyed it because we did it together also.
Okay. Brooklyn Dee, Donna Dee, do you have a morning routine now, or are you looking for one? Good morning, brother Mark Greer. How do you wake up in the morning? Do you have a morning routine that you like to do? or that matters to you? What value do you find in your morning routine?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think morning routines also are really like a jump start. Um, Didi says, I do have one. Well, share with me.
If you're willing to share, what's your morning routine? What you got to do?
A lot of people's morning routine includes coffee. Mine does not.
Mine does.
Mine includes water that I take in the morning. And
You should adopt coffee in your routine.
I don't need the caffeine in
It's
my
not
life.
that you need it. It makes you smarter.
Shaki says, thank you for sharing the Savers method. Sounds like it covers all the areas that I want to be consistent in. Absolutely. And it doesn't over inundate you with any one of them. I think with even 10 minutes of each of them is still quite,
But the
doable.
modifications that we made, shortening the time with each one of them.
So that if there is a day that you don't have an hour to contribute,
Right.
at least contribute some time to your routine.
And moving the exercise to the end instead of the middle worked out for us too. Didi's system says
potty, coffee, thinking, reading.
That's right.
That's Savers.
Potty, coffee, thinking, and reading. That's it.
That's exactly Savers.
You got a potty. You do that.
You got a potty.
And get your coffee, thinking, and reading. That's it. That's all right. Brother
There's
Ron.
no coffee in Savers, but I suppose you can put it in there where you need
It needs to go in there somewhere.
it.
That's right. You got to do that.
I don't need any coffee.
It's not, see, he's doing it wrong, baby. It's not that you need it. It's that you need it.
I've seen people that need coffee.
Yep.
And I do not want to be a people that needs coffee.
What about enjoy it?
Yeah, well, I don't enjoy it.
You don't know how that.
I'll make a coffee flavored shake, but
here's how you make a perfect cup of coffee. Here's how you make a perfect cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Pour it in your cup and then walk away. That's it. Not Didi's a coffee aficionado. She's a coffee diehard. She posts about coffee.
Delila's got to have her coffee.
Yes.
Don't talk to me before I have had my coffee.
Don't talk to me before my coffee. We know people like that. I do not need coffee. All of you people who don't need coffee are messing up your business. You're messing it up.
Jay Ronald, good morning. He says, walk, coffee, newspaper.
So
that's
you
a
walk.
New Yorker?
No, he lives in, I think, Raleigh, I think. But you walk every morning as part of your routine. Is that right, Ron? And then coffee and his newspaper.
I don't think I've seen a newspaper outside of New York.
Ron's of an age where he would do a newspaper.
I like a newspaper. I was looking for a newspaper a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. He's our age, or a little older than us, and he's of an age when he would do that. Yep. And to get a newspaper, hopefully they deliver it to you.
How do you get a newspaper? I haven't seen them in the store.
Right, because you don't. I don't buy a newspaper either, man. He says they deliver it to him. Man, because I will look up CNN.com or MSNBC.com.
Yeah,
or
but there's something
Yahoo.
About the
I know, I'm with it.
Feel of a newspaper. There's something about it.
Oh my goodness.
The New York Post, I missed it.
Back in the 90s when I was an over-the-road salesperson, I was the manager. So I would have to ride with new guys to show them the ropes. And I had gotten into this, I was in a bad headspace or something. Because I would train all morning. I would give class all morning. So when I go out on the road, they'd have to drive, okay? And I would sit there and read my newspaper, okay? I wouldn't even hardly talk to them. Well, I've been talking all morning. Okay, I'd read my newspaper, and I would tell them to shut up when we go to the sales call. So I'm reading my newspaper, and I guess the reputation had gotten to around the office of what Brian does in the car, which he's going to read his newspaper. He's not going to talk to you that much. So it came around to this time where I was going to ride with this young lady named Shanita. And so I did my routine. She got to drive. I'm reading my paper. Shanita had heard enough of that. And she goes, we're not going to do that. What do you mean? I heard you read your paper when you ride. And she snatched my paper down while she was driving to make me talk to her.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you saying sorry internet news as in internet news is sorry? Yeah. Or are you saying sorry internet news, meaning that you are sorry it's not a newspaper?
I bet he's saying it's sorry.
Which one is it?
I bet he's calling it sorry. But it's immediate, okay? Because by the time they print the news and ship the news. It's old news is where I'm looking at it.
And Didi says, I miss reading New York papers with my coffee.
You can get the Sunday Times here.
The physical Sunday Times? Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. But I miss the New York Post.
Yeah. Man, the New York papers. How do we get into that, man? We are so old. Oh, I saw another thing too. Us people that recognize the paper, us that remember reading the paper, we're not the majority of the workforce anymore. We're Gen X. Most of the workforce now is younger than us.
Well, yeah.
We're finally at that place where most of the people that are in business and in the workforce are younger than us. They're Gen Z and millennials. They're millennials and Gen Zs, I think is what it is. Okay. So whether I like it or not, Brother Brian's got to learn to work with them kids. I got to learn how to work with these kids.
Didi says, I found the 6 Minutes books. You found the 6 Minutes books? The 6 Minutes books? You mean the Savior's book?
It's called Making Miracles in the Morning or Morning Miracles. Something like that.
Morning Miracle. Miracle Morning.
Miracle Mornings.
Miracle Morning by
Hal Elrod. Hal Elrod. That's the right book. Okay. So she probably went to her Kindle, found it, downloaded for $5 or whatever, and she's in there.
Absolutely. Yes, the Miracle Morning. Absolutely.
Yep. We used to have to go to the bookstore
and buy
the book. We don't do that no more. And now, although I'm slow coming around to it, we're still talking about your mornings. I prefer to read on my Kindle than the actual book now.
Depends for me, because I like to read it to find out if I'm going to want to consume it. But then when I realize that it's a book that I want to use, I want the physical, tangible copy because I remember things better when I can associate the page, how far along it is in the book, how can I get back to it easier. It's very difficult to get back to something that you've read in a Kindle.
Yeah, I like that part about it. I like everyone knows that knows me knows I'm a Jack Reacher book fan, written by Lee Child, Jack Reacher, and it's like 26 or 27 of them, and I've read them all, and several of them I've read more than one time, and I have a lot of them on books, but the last few I just do on my Kindle, and it's just better. We have a contribution from Mr. Mark Greer, and I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. I wake up and give thanks for getting to see a new day. I then take about 5 minutes to quiet my mind. Then I read or listen to a powerful message of some kind. Shower, shave, a little breakfast, then review whatever is on my schedule before I walk out the door. Before I walk out the door, I say, no matter what I face today, God has given me everything I need to face and handle it. After that, I'm ready to roll. Let's go. I read that in the stylings.
How long does all of that take you, Brother Mark? I'm just curious.
Yeah, how long does your routine take you?
How long does your morning routine take you?
I do like the thing that he lifted up when you talk about before he heads out the door. I think that's a moment before you head out the door the first time for the day. I think that moment matters when you cross the threshold and you're leaving for the day. And I'm not counting necessarily run to the store to pick up bread. I'm talking about when you're leaving to go into the workforce or into your work day. We have a large mirror at our door. That last check, do I look and feel like $1 million?
We'll catch Shaki's message right after this commercial. Back in a moment.
Stephanie D. Morris, and I am the Master Connector and owner of SDM Connections Enterprises. I connect you to travel, the notary, and to people. And this month, I am going to connect you to my journal, 31 Days to the Heart of Your Purpose. This journal will help you get clear of the purpose that God has for you. So connect to me through my website, connected, 2, purpose.com, and we can help you get clear about your purpose and vision for your life.
Stephanie D. Morris, that's our girl.
Hey, Deirdre, good morning to you. Good morning. Read Shaki's comments.
Shaki says, the best books for me, I want a physical book. Some books, when they aren't too deep, I will listen to audiobooks. I want to get a big Kindle and try for my fiction books. Usually, I want to touch it. Now, like Lisa was just mentioning, this is real, tangible books have a vibration. Everything is vibrating. Every solid object has a vibration. So the tangible book have vibrations on them. And sometimes people love just that vibration, the feel of it, the texture of it,
and the
holding
smell.
it in their hands, the smell of the new pages. Sister Deirdre Bruton says she likes something. What do you like, Deirdre?
I think it was right after Mark's comment.
Okay. Deirdre posted a beautiful picture of her and Kayla and Adira and the grandbabies at her church from this past weekend. I saved that picture because it was all of them and all the young ladies are holding a baby. It's just a great picture.
Absolutely. So it is time for a card. I don't know if Craig popped in and popped out. He didn't ask for it, but it is time for a card. And the cards are coming from 101 blessings to brighten your day and uplift your soul. And the quote for the day is, "You fill my heart with happiness and joy."
You fill my heart with happiness and joy. And the corresponding scripture is?
It is from Jude chapter 2. I pray that God will greatly bless you with kindness, peace, and love.
That's from what book?
Jude chapter 2.
How often do we quote from the book of Jude?
Well, there you go.
Right. Not very often at all.
Shaki says, highlighting with my finger, not my finger too. Highlighting with my highlighter, not my finger too. I can do that in a physical book. Absolutely.
Amen. Now, I do that too, especially when I was first really studying sales. My books were all highlighted to death, man. They were highlighted and dog-eared to death, man. And I like to highlight them because it seemed like I would read it and decide this was worth highlighting. And then I highlight it again. And as I'm highlighting it again, I'm capturing it again. I got it better by highlighting it, you know?
Yeah, I like highlighting. I put Post-it notes in it, sticky notes, definitely rereading it. And then referring back to things that I have particular note of in a physical, tangible book is a lot easier. That goes for the Bible as well as just a regular self-help book, because where you learn that lesson is now denoted by how far along you were in that book. And those are different things that I think I have memories. You have different memory zones. I think fingers are memory zones also. So I know that I was holding the book to the front or to the back or wherever, and I can find it a lot easier.
Amen. It's now 9:41. About to be 9:42. This is the time we set aside to thank our consistent contributors to the show and those of you who have been rocking with us for a long time. Shaki says,
"Ooh, the sticky notes with the lines." I know that right. I know that's right. In the book too, with my thoughts at the time.
Ooh,
absolutely.
the sticky notes with the lines.
I like the sticky notes with the lines because I do not like. I will not write in the margins of a book that is not mine, that somebody might have borrowed to me, loaned to me. But I also find that it's more legible for me to refer back to if I write it on the sticky notes with the lines for myself versus in the margins and looking like you don't even know.
For those of you who don't know, her name is Lisa Santiago McNeill. Yes, Lisa Santiago McNeill. Yes, you say the whole thing. Yes, that includes the Santiago McNeill part. Yes.
And he is Brian K. McNeill. Include the K if you want to find him on your favorite search engines, on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, anywhere that Brian's content is at. Put the K in and you will find him.
Now, and together we go what's called the Empowerment Duo. Now, this show is called Let's talk about it. We talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
with a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's right. Together we have an expressed ministry. Our ministry is
Economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
That's it. That's what we believe in. That's what we talk about. That's what we be about. Now, some of you guys have been rocking with this show since October of 2019, 16. October of 2016, that's when this show started. October of 2016. And we've been going Monday through Friday since October of 2016. That's right. We're into our 7th year of doing this show daily. Can you believe that? And we like to thank you guys with greeting songs and with greeting logos, and we'll take them from the top today.
And nobody said it, but I want to say it's obvious that we're a part of your morning routine because many of you have a song and we can sing it to you.
How about that? Everyone that has a song, like Shirley DeJarnette Wyatt. Shirley DeJarnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley DeJarnette Wyatt will rock you, rock you. Shirley's been rocking with us for long enough that she's got her own song. So we are part of her routine. You're right, Lisa.
Absolutely.
Dr. Deborah Dunston's got a jam as well.
Dr. Deborah, healing trauma and deliverance coach.
Dr. Deborah got a jam as well. Good morning. Who's up next? Judy has a song as well.
Oh, Judy, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Judy. Hey, Judy.
Dr. Beverly uniquely taking over Thomas has been with us at least 6 of the 7 years, if not all 7. But she's got a logo and it goes, Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
Absolutely.
Tara Lyles has a jam.
Been around the world and
yeah. That's our jam. Tara Lyles, she's our travel lady. Been around the world and yeah. You know, when you see these posts about if someone gave you $10 million or $1 million, what would you do? Almost everyone includes travel.
But you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait until you have $10 million or until you hit the lotto jackpot.
Yep.
You can call Tara and she can help you to been around the world and yeah.
Things that people buy. Buying the new Jordan shoes for $250. Or take a trip to
take a cruise.
Or take a cruise for $250.
Absolutely.
Spend your money on experiences, not things, is what we're suggesting. Spend your money on experiences. Tara took a trip with her teenage daughter to, do you remember where they went?
It was in Mexico.
They went to Mexico.
Los
Cabos, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
But her teenage daughter wanted to go to Mexico for her 17th birthday.
With her mom mignon.
How about that? How cool is that? Shaki has a jam too. Guess who's back?
Back
again.
Again.
Shaki's back.
Back.
Tell a friend.
Shaki's
back.
Brother Mark said it does take him about 30 minutes is the allotted time. It forces him to be on point with his intent, his thoughts, and his purpose.
Amen.
That is a short period of time. I would have thought that he would have said an hour because it looked like he did a lot of stuff.
Well, 30 minutes works for him.
I guess.
Brooklyn Didi, I want you to keep coming back because we want to get you a jam. And I thought we had one for you at one time.
Brooklyn Didi. She said it in her talk, the talk that she gave.
Oh, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. And I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Slipping, falling, can't get up. Got to get up so I could tear shit up. That was in Brooklyn Didi's speech that she did because she was a member of the Learn to Speak and Get Paid Academy.
Absolutely.
That Lisa and I had, and I think it was 2017 or 18.
18, I think.
Okay. But slipping. That's your jam, girl. Who's next here?
Jay Ronald, thank you for joining us this morning.
Deirdre Bruton, if you keep coming, you're going to get a jam.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Brother Mark, we got you.
Mark jam goes, so wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under a hat.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now.
Absolutely. We're looking
Did we do
forward
Dr.
to
Deborah
wisdom.
Dustin? Yeah, we
Yes.
did. Okay.
We're looking forward to wisdom on Wednesday tomorrow. with
Sarah went
Brother
to
Mark.
Los Cabos.
Los Cabos. I thought it was a Los.
How cool is that? You know, how cool is that to do something? Deirdre has done things like that with Brother Eli, our son.
Mm-hmm. They went to the Dominican.
They went to the Dominican. I mean, I'm so jealous of her kids. They've been on cruises. They've been to Puerto Rico. They've been to Bahamas. They've been back and forth to New York because Deirdre make it happen for them.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Absolutely. We hope that we were a valuable part of your morning, give you a good jump start to your day, and that you can take and seize the day on purpose with purpose.
Do you have anything to look forward to today? Now that matters.
Absolutely.
Each day you should have something that you're looking forward to doing. You know, I'm looking forward to my first client of the day at 11 o'clock today. So I have time between now. I have 10 to 11. But now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my desk and I'm going to coordinate with Lisa to put our event together. Thursday at 2 p.m., I'm doing a workshop. Thursday at 2 p.m., Dee Dee, you should be there. Deirdre, you should be there. All of you guys who earn your money with what you do, Shaki should be there Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
I'm doing a workshop called On Sellable Language. Shirley, there's another free workshop. Shirley Jeanette White shows up to my stuff, and I appreciate you, Shirley. I'm doing one on sellable language.
Did we send her the replay?
I don't know. Did you get the replay from the last time? Shirley's going to be there, and we know you're going to be there, Shirley, because you show up for stuff. More than 50% of life is just showing up.
Absolutely.
More than half of your great experiences happen just because you were there.
Absolutely.
Show up for stuff. I'm so excited that you're going to be there. So when Shirley's there, you know, you got to bring it, you know.
I have an appointment today with, I have a follow-up appointment with one of my favorite clients, Shorty, Sporty King.
I love Sporty too.
I love Sporty. Okay, we'll make sure that you get it. We'll make sure that you get it out.
Yep. That's important. We record everything, you know, so you want to get the recordings.
Except for Men and When, which is next Tuesday. Tomorrow is not
Ben is Male Empowerment Networks.
It's on the first and third Tuesdays.
And When is Women's Empowerment Networks.
Absolutely.
And we've been doing that since 2013. So we've been doing that for 10 years.
Longer than we've known each other.
Yes, because I started in 2013 in Greensboro, North Carolina.
And I started here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And we connected in 15, actually, is when I met Lisa. In person, I met her in 2015. And that's when, you know, she started, you know, running her moves on me and everything. I was like, leave me alone, leave me alone. She's like, take my phone number, take my phone number. I was like, chill, chill, chill. That's what happened, y'all.
Y'all know
that's exactly what happened. That's exactly how it happened. I'm like, lady, I don't even know you like that.
Brother, please.
Shirley, she was on me, Sister Shirley. She was following me around, all of that stuff.
Believe it if you want to. Believe it if you want to. Have an amazing today on purpose.
Yes, the weather's going to be wonderful. Oh, highlight this now. Our weather today is going to be a high of 77 and sunny. Today, New York City is having a snowstorm.
Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Never going to get it. Never going to get it.
They were talking about people who braved the weather to go to work today. Can you believe that?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
some people in New York are toughing the weather out and making it into work today. Today, February the 28th.
I'm grateful that I no longer have to live in the snow. And you have a great day too, Tara. Thank you very much. We'll love you guys on purpose. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday with a message of wisdom from Brother
Mark Greer. Peace.
Absolutely. Don't forget.